Hello, 10th standard students. So today we will continue with our and the topic today is digital screens, and the types that we will cover today is LED, LCD and plasma. So first of all, we'll talk about the LED monitors and what are these LEDs? What are these LED monitors built up of? So LED, the full form of LED is light emitting diode and is a two-led semiconductor light source. And in 1962, this Nick Holyoke has come up with an idea of light emitting diodes. So the LED occupies the small area which is less than 1 millimeter square. The applications of LED used to make various electronic projects. So in various components and devices, you must have seen the LEDs, and these are the diagrams of these LEDs. And we have so many devices where we can usually see these LEDs in our day-to-day life. I'll give you an example through one of my note I have made on this different type of screens. So this is the definition of LED. It's a short for LED is light emitting diode. So it's a semiconductor that illuminates when an electrical charge passes through it. So LEDs are commonly green, amber or red. So these are the three different colors that we see in any LED lights. So the LED are commonly, as I told, that it is green, amber, or red in color, and can be assortment of other colors as they have become popular with case lighting. So nowadays it has come up in many different colors also. So where we can see these LEDs. So these are the devices like in our keyboard we can see LEDs. Mouse we have LED, and optical mouse we can see the LED on the bottom of a mouse. Then we have a motherboard LED where we have different connectors when we connect it, or in the uh, device slots we have LEDs. Then network cards like our network interface card. Then Wi-Fi modems, switches, routers. Then battery LEDs, floppy drive, hard drive, CD-ROMs, and other drive LEDs. Then also in our printer, speaker, monitor, and other devices, we can see all sort of these LEDs. Continuing with an LED, let us see about the LED. LED monitor, short for light emitting diode monitor. An LED monitor of a LED display is a flat screen, flat panel computer monitor or a television. So it has a very short depth and is light in terms of weight. The actual difference between this and a typical LCD monitor is the backlighting. The first LCD monitors used CCFL instead of LEDs illuminate the screen. So uh, LCDs were introduced earlier than the LEDs, but then come the LEDs. So then what is the difference between LCD and LED was that LCD were using CCFLs, whereas LED monitors are, are using the LED indicators, where this CCFL stands for cold cathode fluorescent lamps. So the advantages of LED monitors were often it's less expensive, broader dimming range, overall more reliable. They run at a lower temperature and consume much less power, as few as 20 watts. So within a 20 watts LED monitors can work, and then higher dynamic contrast ratio, longer lifespan and less environmental impact. So the next type of monitor is LCD. LCD stands for liquid crystal display and is a flat thin display device that has replaced the older CRT displays. CRT were cathode ray tube monitors, which are bigger in size, they are very broader, and LCD provides better picture quality and support for large resolutions. Generally, LCD refers to a type of monitor utilizing the LCD technology, but also flat screen display like those in laptops, calculators, digital cameras, digital watches, and other similar devices. So we can see the LCD display panel on many of our household devices like uh, here it is some given examples are given like in calculators, digital cameras, laptops, where we have a smaller screen and we can see the output. So they all have the LCD monitors. Continuing about the LCD monitors, a liquid crystal display monitor is a computer monitor or a display that uses LCD technology to show clear images and is found mostly in laptop computers and flat panel monitors. This technology has replaced the traditional cathode ray tube monitors, which were the previous standard and once were considered to be the better picture quality than earlier LCD variants. So, with the introduction of better LCD technology and its continuous improvement, LCD now the clear leader over the CRT. So now it has totally, first the LCD has replaced the CRT and now it has been replaced by the LEDs. So this is how, according to the passage of time and the advancement of a technology, the types of monitors have also changed from CRT to LCD, LCD to LED. Now the next type of digital screen is plasma screen. So here we can see the plasma display panel, or a PDP, is a type of a flat panel display that uses small cells containing plasma. That is why it is called a plasma, and which is an ionized gas that responds to the electric fields. A plasma screen or a plasma display is a television, usually larger in size, ranging from 40 inches to 65 inches. Now these days we can get even the bigger sizes of plasma screens. Other sizes may available but are less common. They are, of course, they are very uh, less because of the price also. So plasma screens are similar to LCD and LED television in that they are flat panel, thin, are capable of being mounting on a wall, and they can be mounted on the wall also. A plasma screen is made up of many tiny cells containing noble gases and a tiny amounts of mercury. These cells are between two pieces of glass, and electricity is passed through the cells. This is the working of a plasma, how plasma monitor works. There are plasmas and noble gases with amount of mercury, and light is then emitted, generating a picture on a screen. Plasma screens support high resolution up to 1920 by 1080. So this is a very high resolution and can display the broader images. Have excellent contrast ratio, wide variety angles, and high refresh rates that reduce video blur. So it has the quality with the very less blurring of the videos. They are excellent and for fast action movies and excellent for fast action movies, and supports games and overall provide for an excellent viewing experience. So these are the different types of monitors uh, we use these days, from CRT to LCD, LCD to LED, and LED to plasma. Next, I'm showing you the differentiation between LED and LCD. So LED has a high contrast ratio, and whereas LCD is it has got a medium contrast ratio. A medium viewing angles for LED and very low medium viewing angles. Viewing angles means you need to sit straight and just in front of the display screens. If you'll go a little wider than the viewing angle, then the you will saw the distorted images, or you will not be able to see the proper image colors. Then high price, the as per the price are concerned, the LED is little costlier than the LCDs, and it consumes less power consumption as compared to LCD, and it has a faster response time. Then more color accuracy in LED, less color accuracy in LCD. LEDs are thinner than the LCDs, because LCD, if compared to the CRT, are thinner, but if you compare it with LEDs, then LEDs are a little thinner than the LCDs. Now, since we have studied about the three different types of computer monitor, LCD, LED, and plasma, so I have made this differentiation table to show the difference between these three types of monitors, and the categories are contrast ratio, which shows that LCD has a good contrast ratio, but it is better in LED, and plasma has got the best contrast ratio. As far as this viewing angle is concerned, up to 90 degrees, if we'll The LCD provides a 90-degree viewing angle, and up to 140 degrees LED is providing. And plasma has the best viewing angle, and it can provide up to 170 degree, which is almost nearer to the 180. So means you can have a viewing angle up to 170 degrees. Then color is good in LCD and better in plasma, but it has the best color if you want to see it is in LEDs. Then motion, which is the refresh rate, is fast in LCD, faster in LED, and fastest in the plasma. The motion and which is the refresh rate of a screen, it is the fastest in plasma. Power consumption, again, it is less in LCD, and plasma as compared to LED consume more power. So least power consumption is done by the LEDs, and LCDs also consume less power, but out of three, the LED consume the least power. The lifespan of a device, when we talk about a lifespan, then you see that it is short for LCD because it has some uh, display lamps, and they have their own lifespan, so it is short in LCDs. If we'll continue use these devices for a same period of time, so the plasma will have the shortest lifespan. And as far as the price of these three devices are concerned, the costliest is plasma, and then comes the LED, and least costly is our LCDs. Next comes the digital graphic plotter, which is also an output device, and it is just like a printer, but it is used to take the larger printouts and very good quality printouts. So plotter is an output device, a device that draw pictures on a paper before based on a command from a computer, and it is also connected to a computer. And plotter differ from printer in that they draw using the pen. It does not have any cartridges or a toner, but the pens are with the help of the pens they use to take the printouts, and as a result they can produce continuous lines, whereas a printer can only stimulate line by printing a closed space series of dots. So I have some images of a plotters according to the types. So this is a flatbed plotter. Here we can put a canvas or a paper or a sheet over which we want to take a printout, and then it is called a flatbed plotter, and this is a head used to take the printouts. Next type of plotter is a drum plotter. This is an example of a drum plotter, and it's a real image of a drum plotter. Here we have a input. We can see the input, and whatever we want to print, we just need to give a command, and it has got a roll of a sheet inside it, and then it will start printing it. And plotter are best uh, for taking the output of the maps and the line drawings. So a plotter is a computer hardware device much like a printer that is used for printing vector graphics. Instead of toner, plotter use a pen, pencil, marker, or any another writing tool to draw multiple continuous lines onto paper rather than a series of dots like a traditional printer. So advantages of plotters are: plotter can work on very large sheet of paper while maintaining high resolution. They can print on a wide variety of flat material including plywood, aluminium, sheet seals, cardboard, and plastics. You must have seen the flex printing that also is done with the help of these plotters. So plotter allow the same pattern to be drawn thousands of times without any image degradation. The quality of image is intact. There are some disadvantages that plotters are quite large compared to the traditional printers. They are not portable in nature, and plotters are also much more expensive than the traditional printer. And just for a further information, that when it was first invented in 1953 by Remington Rand. It was used in the conjunction with the UNIVAC computer to create it technical drawings. UNIVAC is Universal Automatic Computer Technology, and they introduced this plotters. So in our next class, we will study about the different types of printers which are commonly used in our day-to-day lives. So thank you and take care.